Hello everyone, my name is Martin from Finance Oracle. I'm here again today with beautiful information that will help you to achieve your migration dream. And today we'll be talking about the Yukon Community Pilot, which is actually a new stream of the Yukon nominee program. This Yukon Community Pilot was launched in 2020 and will run until June 2025. So if you are just hearing about it for the first time, then you should take all the information which I have for you. Well, this program is still valid until 2025, which means next year is going to be ending, or they might decide to, further to continue it if they wish. But then, what I would like to tell you about the Yukon Community Pilot, before I go into it deeply, is that if you get a nominee through the Yukon Community Pilot, you might likely be restricted in Yukon for 2 years. So this is important for you to take note, okay? But I will tell you about this program, about the work permit. This work permit lets you work for up to 3 different employers in one of the participating Yukon community. So you can work for up to 3 different employers in one of the community which is participating. It will also allow you, it's valid for 2 years, and again, it doesn't need a labor impact assessment. So it doesn't need a labor market impact assessment, which makes it easier for people to employ. When there is a labor market impact assessment, the employers spend money to do this and spend time, so it becomes for them a bottleneck. But this doesn't need that, okay? And the participating communities, I would like you to take note, possibly you write them down, is number 1, Whitehorse, Watson Lake, Dawson City, Haines Junction, and Kakmak and Carcross. They are all communities in Yukon, okay? The work permit eligibility is number 1, you need to have 2 or 3 eligible job offer, a minimum of 1 job offer, 2 or 3 eligible job offer. You may be worried about how this is possible. Well, there are a lot of employers who are employing these communities who are looking for people to hire. So if you're eligible and you apply, then you may get the jobs. Then the next one, you need to sign a letter of support from government of Yukon, okay? Then number 3, you need to meet the general requirement for a work permit, both health, police, character certificates, police clearance certificates, fitness to work, and a number of other things, including your English or language test, okay? So job offer requirements. The job you are offered must meet these following requirements. Number 1, they must all be in the same participating Yukon community. So if you get 2 jobs, ensure that you're getting these 2 jobs from the same community. Because you cannot work in different communities, and it must be a job that you can work for up to 30 hours in a week, okay? Up to 30 hours of full time in a week. So which means if you get 2 jobs, they must add up to at least 30 hours, at least 15 hours each. If you get 3 jobs and it's 10 hours, fine. But it must be a minimum of 30 hours for the combination of the jobs which you find, okay? And they must be non-seasonal job. It shouldn't be like a fruit picker, a harvester, a gardener, stuff. Seasonal jobs, especially those agricultural seasonal jobs and all that. So it must be a full-time, a job that can give you a combination of 30 hours, which is like a full-time job, and not a non-seasonal job. And the wages also, the salary altogether must meet the minimum wage requirement, okay? Now, these are the documents which you need before you can apply. Number 1, before you apply for this work permit, you need to make sure you include this document: a copy of the nomination letter from the government of Yukon confirming that you have been nominated for permanent residency. Number 2 is a signed letter of support from the government of Yukon stating that the employer who is offering you this job needs you to work in the community as soon as possible, okay? And Again, that the job offer is genuine. It's not like some kind of job you pay for, let them give you a letter. Then again, the letter also will be containing the details of the job offer, including the name of the employer, occupation, number of hours, and job location. So if you don't have these things in this letter, it will not be acceptable. There must be the name of the employer, the occupation, the number of hours, the job location. Well, you shouldn't worry about this. The employer himself knows that these things are needed, okay? Your employer actually is not required to submit an offer of employment in the employer portal. There's no need for this, unlike most of the videos I've done and I've told you, the employer has to also submit in the job portal. I mean, this is not necessary for this, okay? Now, how to apply for the work permit? You must apply online for the work permit. You can't apply on paper. It has to be an online application. And the application form and process you need to follow depends on where you are applying from. So you are going to be able to choose the country, then it will prompt you with the documents which you will be requiring. Okay, so you need to first select where you're applying for, then you will see the instructions. Okay, if you're in Canada already as a visitor, if you're in Canada already as a visitor, you don't have to study or work permit. You also need to select outside of Canada. It doesn't matter whether you're in Canada when you're applying or whether you're outside of Canada, but it is important that whether you're in Canada or not, in as much as you're on a temporary visa, you must choose outside of Canada. Well, I'm going to share with you the application portal, and I'm also going to share with you job offer in communities, some of these communities in Yukon, to help you to have a smooth selling through applying for this job. So guys, this is all I have for you, but I would like you to take action to go hit the application portal and submit some application. Probably this might be your lucky chance. Have a great day. Hello guys, today I'm going to be talking about a job fair in New Brunswick. I'm going to be talking about an opportunity, a hiring event, which is going to happen on the 27th and 28th of February in New Brunswick, Canada. Well, this is one of the wonderful opportunities you will be waiting for if you're a nursing or practitioner. Um, New Brunswick, a number of employers are hiring, and New Brunswick, because of the huge demand of nurses, have organized a job fair, and this is open for you to register, irrespective of wherever you are from, to register and participate for this program in February. So I'm inviting you to just go have a look and click on the application form. If you are doubting, please don't do, because the problem is that sometimes people listen to these videos and there are a lot of content, I mean, there are a lot of informations that will help you, but somehow you just feel like, is this going to happen? Is it just for him to get some view and get some watch time and all that? No, this is about you and me. I mean, it's about your career. If you want to do it, very fine. Well, last time I talked about jobs in New Zealand, and someone followed it up and also continued to update me. And today he has gone far in his, job progress. So you can imagine. I'm sure that within the next 2 or 3 months he might be in New Zealand. So it is up to you to take action and respond to this information. Well, I will not waste much of your time. This is going to be one of the shortest video I'm going to be dropping. I will take you right to the website for you to see how you can apply for this career event, for this hiring event. Okay? Okay, yeah, right now we're at the website for New Brunswick. And this welcome to the registration page for the recruitment mission in the nursing sector, February 2024. Uh, one of the founding provinces, one of the founding provinces of the Dominion of Canada, New Brunswick, is one of the three maritime provinces. New Brunswick borders the state of Maine to the west and Quebec to the northwest. It welcomes immigrants from every corner of the globe. Today, the province boasts a diverse and increasingly multicultural population where you can read them because I don't want to make this long. But then it said only strong francophone or advanced bilingual candidate will be considered by the employer, which means if you can speak English and French, then you will be considered. So if you can't speak, maybe you may quickly start learning. But then this is it. This is the form. You fill your first name, you fill your last name, you fill your email address, you confirm your email address, and you select the desired date to attend the visual event for healthcare recruitment mission. Then you also come here, you can see NOC selection and job specific questions. So you can come here they are going to ask you to select the specific role. You either have to be a registered nurse, or you have to be a licensed practitioner nurse, or you have to be a nurse aide orderly. So either of them you select. Then how many years of recent experience do you have? You select how many years of experience, and you also select if you have a driving license, yes or no. Irrespective if it's in your local country, feel free to select. Do you have a valid INB profile number? Have you already applied to New Brunswick, maybe PMP or something? So if yes, you do, you can, or you already live there. Maybe some people already live in New Brunswick. If you already live there, you can select yes and you put the number. Then you click, you understand that by clicking save and next, the information on this page is saved and cannot be changed. Then you go to the next and you accept the privacy policy statement. Then you save and click next, and that will be asking you to review and submit. Well, so this is as simple as short as it is. So once you have done this, you can submit your application. Be aware that you need a strong CV for you to successfully be selected for such an opportunity. So don't play with your CV, and do not think that this opportunity is for ghosts. It's for human beings and it's for people like you and me. So if you're a nursing practitioner, it is an opportunity for you to try your luck. You might be among the lucky people who will be selected. But be aware before News Pro Swing start this very opportunity, I mean this very hiring event, it is because they are deeply and seriously in need of people who will work for them. So it is not just a child's play. They are going to be investing a lot of money for this recruitment exercise. So, guys, this is going to give you recruitment at the spot. You can go back to fill in other informations which you have. It doesn't matter if you don't have Express, if you've not had an Express entry profile, well, you can create one or you can create one after this program. But if you have an Express entry profile and you say yes, it will ask you to put it, then that is also good for you. So, for you to be more proactive, why not create one and get ready for this event? Well, guys, this is the end of the video. I want you to try this if you're a nursing practitioner, or if you know anyone who is a nursing practitioner, share this video with him or her. Let them try their luck. Guys, do not forget to share my content and not forget to give me a thumb up. I really need that like button. I realize that a lot of people watch and they do not interact. They do not like, they do not comment, they do not share. Come on. How do you say thank you for all this information? By giving a thumb up and by being part of the community that interact with me. Well, guys, I wish to see you in the next video. Cheers. Hello, Finance Oracle family. I trust you're doing well today. Well, I'm happy to be with you again, and today I've come with very nice updates, which I know will be very helpful for anyone who is listening and who is watching right now. Well, guys, I want to find out how you're doing. Please let me know how you're doing in the comment section. It is important for me to ask you this question because you're my greatest asset, and I value you so much. I do not want to I want to ensure that people in my community are doing very well. Well, guys, today I've come with another beautiful update, and today it is about Prince Edward Island in Canada. Yeah, if some of you are conversant with Canada or who have tried to migrate to Canada will know about this province called Prince Edward Island. Well, this province is organizing an international recruitment fair. And this is for me one of the wonderful opportunity for you to migrate to Canada. Yeah, I mean, if you want to go to Canada, this is an opportunity to do that. So, what is happening exactly? Well, this international recruitment program is holding in February, on February 15, I think, in Dubai. But then this is for people who can make it to Dubai or who are already in Dubai. But for those who are not in Dubai, you can join virtually. That means that recruiters will come to Dubai physically, and all those who have registered, whether you are coming physically or not, you will be able to engage with the recruiter. Once they find your CV appealing, they will engage you online and they will interview you, and that may be your gateway to Canada. Well, people who are involved are healthcare sector. Let me look at it. People who are involved are healthcare sector, trade and construction, IT, hospitality, trucking industry, and manufacturing. And if I would just go through them quickly, for healthcare industry, they are looking for caregivers, registered nurses, doctors, and other healthcare workers. Then for trade and construction, they are looking for electricians, mechanic, carpenter, plumber, pipe fitter, and steam fitter, painter, heating and cooling technician, construction helper, roofer, other trade and construction fields of work. And in IT, they are looking for web developer, programmer, cybersecurity analyst, software engineer, other IT fields of work. And in hospitality, they are looking for housekeeper, cook, and other hospitality field of work. And in trucking industry, they are looking for truck driver, dispatcher, heavy duty mechanic, other trucking industry field of work. And in manufacturing, they're looking for machine operator, manufacturing worker, meat cutter, other manufacturing field of work. So these are a number of people they are looking for, and of course, as any other role which they want, if you are not in this sector, well, you have a slimmer chance, but you can still apply. If you're lucky, you might be invited. But for those who are in this sector, these guys are looking for you, and that is why they are taking the pain to move from Canada to Dubai to recruit people. And also, they gave room for those who cannot make it to Dubai to join virtually. So, guys, if you are in any of this field, it is your time to apply and try your best. Well, I'm going to take you to my screen so it becomes very clearer for you on how to apply. It is very easy and very simple, so I would like you to engage with me as I go through it, then after which I would like you to try it. I wish you the best of luck. I wish you success. A lot of love coming from Finance Oracle. All right, guys, I'm going to take you to my screen. All right, guys, this is my screen just like I told you earlier on. And this is the official website of Prince Edward Island. And this is the home screen you're gonna see if you Google it. It will take you to this place. So once it takes you to this place, you can see there are other international recruitment mission which have already ended, which have closed. And the current one is February 2024, International Recruitment Mission Healthcare, Dubai 2024. So you can hit the sign up button and it will take you to this screen. Well, maybe the healthcare is the first, and they have a lot of healthcare opportunities. So that's why you've seen healthcare there. So if you come to this place, you can see, please register and provide your resume or CV to be considered by employers that are hiring in Prince Edward Island. Employers will connect with potential applicants to discuss job opportunity in person or virtually. So you can see if you can't go to Dubai, you have a chance to attend virtually. So what are you waiting for? Register for free to be considered. For free, you don't have to pay any money, and all you need to register is just your CV. That's all you need to register. Okay. It is a serious crime to lie or provide false information directly or indirectly To intentionally withhold or fail to submit material fact. This is fraud. It's called misrepresentation. It is free to submit a profile to express interest. It is illegal to pay for a job offer. So these are very important for them. Okay, make sure you do not do misrepresentation by quoting what you don't have, and by the time they've asked you to submit it, you will not be able to submit it. Maybe for you to say, I've got test of English and I've got these points, and the moment they ask you to submit it, you're not able to submit it, then that becomes misrepresentation, and it is an offense, and you will be, penalized in one way or the other. Well, guys, please select the field of work you would like to consider. So, for example, if you're a healthcare guy and you're a caregiver, you can click this and you know you can go ahead. Have you worked? Blah blah blah. So you can start. So let's. I'm going to take you through one of them, but let's go through all of them first. Now, for healthcare, we've got caregiver, registered nurse, doctor, other healthcare work, maybe radiography and others, so you can still apply. But they just pick the key points and they leave the other one open for you. Trade and construction, we've got electrician, mechanic, carpenter, plumber, pipe fitter and steam fitter, painter, heating, heating cooling technician, construction helper, roofer, other trade and construction field of work. And for IT, we've got field developer, programmer, cybersecurity analyst, software engineer, other IT field of work. And for hospitality, we've got housekeeper, cooking, cooks, other hospitality field of work like receptionist and other. Trucking industry, we've got truck driver, dispatcher, heavy duty mechanic, other trucking industry field of work. And we've got for manufacturing, truck driver, dispatcher, heavy duty mechanic, other trucking fields of work. Okay, so and for manufacturing, which is last, we've got machine operator, manufacturing worker, meat cutter, other manufacturing field of work. So that is all about it. So if you want to apply, what do you have to do? Okay, let's look at it. You can come here and provide your contacts, but before then, you have to choose which of them. So let's say you're a registered nurse, you choose registered nurse. Okay. Um, yeah, I want it this way. Yeah, registered nurse. So let's go. 1 minute. Let's see something. Okay, some of them you have to specify. For example, if you're a caregiver, it also to specify. Okay. Um, it will also be if you are not a caregiver, let's say for nurse, yeah, you've choose it will not because registered nurse is registered nurse. So you can come down here and please provide your contact. So let's say your name is UCHIDTIST, whatever it is, and your surname is ABI. Your email is whatever it is, and your email is wherever it is, but then this will not. So you can select your resume, and once you select your resume, it will ask you to go to the next page. And the next page, there are a couple of information. Okay, before then, you have to agree to the policy, and you go to next page. There are just few information you will fill in the next page. Let me just try to go there and see. Okay, let's look for something that is small. Let's put this. Okay. So you can now go to save and go to the next page. So you can see you've got some few more questions to answer. What is your country of nationality? You can say Nigeria. Okay. And what is your current country where you stay? You can still say others. It's not in UAE, so specific you say Nigeria. Okay, then are you willing to relocate to Prince Edward Island? Yes. You must say yes. Do you have an active immigration application with the Provincial Territory Regional Immigration Program other than Prince Edward Island? No. It depended. If you do, you say yes. Are you between the age of 18 to 59? Yes. Um, professional experience, English proficiency. Are you able to perform work tasks in English language? Say yes, maybe intermediate or experts. Are you able to perform work tasks in French language? Okay, say no. If you can, you say yes. Are you interested in working full time in Edward Island? Yes. Um, how many years of full time experience? Okay, above 5 years. What is your current position? You can say welder, whatever it is. Then, what are your previous position? You can say welder or welder supervisor, whatever it is. And have you successfully completed minimum of secondary school? Yes, secondary education apprenticeship. How did you hear about this? You can say a friend. Yeah, friend or family, finance oracle, whatever it is. If selected for an interview, will you be available to attend in person in February in Dubai? If you are not going to come to Dubai, say no. If you're in Dubai already, fine. So you can say save and next. And if you do, then thank you for completing the registration. Your profile has been retained, and if any employer is interested, so this has gone. This is how simple it is to complete this, and they will call you and speak to you if they're interested in your profile. So, guys, this is how to go about it. So if you're interested in moving to Prince Edward Island, it is as simple as this. You may be the lucky guys, so do not forget to give it a trial. So guys, I will encourage you to give it a shot. And guys, do not forget to like this video and share this video with your friends and your network. This is where I'm going to wrap it up for today. And I wish you good luck. Cheers. Hello, guys. Canada is open with different opportunities. Every day, Canada is opening different migration pathway. And this opportunity, which I'm introducing to you, will give you the opportunity to get a PR. And if you ask me, if it is the easiest PR so far, and you will be able to migrate with your family. This is one of the easiest PR opportunity to move, or the easiest opportunity to move to Canada in 2024. I will teach you everything you need about this program and the step-by-step process for the application, for the visa application. If you are joining me for the first time, then I will encourage you to hit the subscribe button. But if you're my returning subscriber, then hit the likes button and also hit the share button. Remember, the more you do this, then you will uplift me and it will be easier for me to continue to get you more updates. Well, in today's video, I will be talking about Canada RNIP program. And what is this? This is simply the Rural and Northern Immigration Pilot Program. Well, this program is a great program. It is across Canada, and they are trying to get people attracted to the rural area in Canada, which means you will be working in the rural area part of, the rural area in Canada, and this is such a wonderful opportunity. Well, the application process is ending soon. This program is done in different parts of Canada, but today I will be talking about Saskatchewan, and not just Saskatchewan, but a particular province or a particular community in Saskatchewan, which is called the more Jaw community. Well, the more Jaw community today have listed and they've published the priority list, the priority occupation in 2024 for their community. An application is going to begin by January 17th and is going to end on January 31st. That is why I'm here to give you this update so that you will be able to prepare all your documents for this application process before the real time for the application. So you've got few days, about 7 days or less than that, for you to prepare for your application. Then you can hit the application and get it done. So I hope you're getting ready for this. Well, if you are seeing this video, rush now and get this application done. But then, how does this program work? This is the step-by-step of how this program works. Number one thing you need to do, you need to check your eligibility. I'm going to be dropping the link. I'm going to also take you through the website so you can see how to check if you're eligible to apply for this program. Okay? So once you're eligible to apply, you need to get a job offer in this community. Do not be afraid, they have published a list of jobs. List of in hundreds of jobs which they require. So I'm going to take you through this job list and how you can find a job, so you shouldn't be afraid, okay? Then they will give you a form. Once you find a job, your employer will give you a form to fill. Once you have filled this form, you will apply to the community. They have another form which is just from the community, where you're going to complete the application stating the company which has employed you, your bios and everything. So with the recommendation from the community, then the community will make a recommendation for you. You can now apply to IRCC for permanent residence, then you can fly to Canada. That is the summary. But I'm going to take this in detail so that you understand exactly what the procedures are, okay? Now, there are 3 categories for this program. People who can apply for this program. 3 categories of people. Number 1 is temporary resident in Mojo or in Saskatchewan, okay? Mojo community or in Saskatchewan in general. If you live in Saskatchewan, probably you're a visitor. You've just come to visit Canada, you're just temporarily staying in Canada in Saskatchewan or in Mojo itself, then you can apply for this program. Number 2 is for people who do not live in Mojo, who do not live in Canada, who live anywhere in the world. You can also apply for this program. And number 3 is people who have just completed at least 2 years studies in Mojo community. So if you have completed Polytechnic University, Masters in Mojo community, then you are eligible to apply. So what are the steps to this application? Number 1 is to find a job in Mojo, like I've told you. And I've said before, don't worry, I will show you how you can find this job. I've got everything it takes to find a job, all the details, the website, the jobs being advertised, and I can tell you I've got that details, and hopefully by God's grace, if you follow it diligently, you will succeed. But then you need to make a Canada CV, Canadian format CV. Your CV has to be a Canadian format, and again, in addition, you have to also use Canadian format cover letter to apply for this job. So you must do that, okay? Well, that is by the way. So when you apply, you pass through the employer screening, which means the employer is going to interview you, screen you, and find you worthy to work for him. And once you have been found worthy, then he's going to give you an offer letter, right? So when the employer gives you an offer letter, he will also download a form from IRCC, which are Canadian format CV. Your CV has to be a Canadian format. And again, in addition, you have to also use Canadian format cover letter to apply for this job. So you must do that, okay? Well, that is by the way. So when you apply, you pass through the employer screening, which means the employer is going to interview you, screen you, and find you worthy to work for him. And once you have been found worthy, then he's going to give you an offer letter, right? So when the employer gives you an offer letter, he will also download a form from IRCC, which you're going to complete with the employee. Employer, he's going to fill part and you're going to fill part, and that is actually an offer letter. But then that has to come from IRCC because they need some details to be there. So that's why you're going to fill it with the employer. So once you fill this and you've completed this, you have to also complete the module application form, like I've told you earlier. The module have their own application form, so you have to complete it separately. Once you've completed the module application form, then you are going to also, they have a checklist. That checklist has a list of documents, for example, police clearance, birth certificate, your degree certificate. So you're going to use that checklist, check them one after the other, and get all your documents ready. So once you've got all your documents ready, then you will submit everything which you have filled together in this email, which is on the screen, and that is info at mosjornip.ca. Info at mosjornip.ca is on the screen. So you take all these documents, including the offer letter which you have filled from IRCC with your employer, the recommendation letter from the Mojo community, all those things. Are going to take them and submit to to this email. Once they have received your application form, the program selector will review your documents to ensure it meets eligibility to work in Mojo, to work in Canada, the eligibility of the role which you have applied to. And once he has ascertained that it meets the eligibility of the role, he will invite you for a short interview online. This interview is basically not the job interview, but this time around to check out your intentions. They want to psych you and check out your intention to work in Mojo. You just want to get to Canada and find your way out of Mojo and all that. So once he has done this interview and he finds it satisfactory, then he will arrange with a panel, and the panel will sit together to look at your documents and recommendations from the program selector, and they will decide to approve or to disapprove it. Well, chances are they are going to approve it unless there are some things about the application that does not look great. So if you're successful, they will send you a notification and give you another form to complete. This form this time is the recommendation letter from Mojo. Once you fill it, you can apply for your permanent residency in IRCC website, okay? And once you apply for your PR, you can apply for work permit, and then you can move with your family to Canada and start working pending when your PR will get ready. So that is just the process. This is the simple thing about the process. So I will be taking you through the online system so that you see how you can do this application yourself. So I'm going to be sharing my screen to you to show you how to apply, what jobs are available, the step-by-step, everything about moving to more job. To work in Canada and to apply for your PR. Yeah, so I would like you to stay tuned. Let's go through it together. All right, this is the website for Rural and Northern Immigration Pilots, RNIP, and this is about the program, which this is about the Mojo program. This is you can see supporting Mojo economic development strategy. Priority occupation have been identified as complementary to the area's strengths as outlined on the RNIP homepage. Priority occupation are set by the selection committee and determined using a variety of sources, including local employers' experience, historical labor market report, and future labor market projection. Blah, blah, blah. so you can read through. Well, note the applicants are also encouraged at this time to apply for job offer not listed in the priority NOC group. Your application will still be under consideration for community recommendation. So even if it is not in these ties, you may apply and the employer can come and recommend it to them. If need be, they will consider it. Okay. So look at we have national occupation classification type 0 to type 5. So let's see type 0. Type 0 is for retail managers, restaurant and food service managers, construction managers. So if you're any of these, then you can apply under any of these ties, okay? And tie one is for marketing coordinators, information system specialists, specialists in clinical and laboratory medicine, general practitioners, and family physicians. So if you're a family physician, you're a general practitioner, you're a specialist in laboratory medicine, and even marketing coordinator, you can apply for this job. So for type two, accounting technicians and bookkeepers, early childhood educators and assistant, retail sales supervisor, food service supervisor, other service supervisors, retail and wholesale buyers, agriculture service contractors, and farm supervisors can apply for this category. And for type 3, you have administrative officers, nurse aides, orderlies, and patient service associates, pharmacy assistant, cook, baker, floor cover installer, that's like tilers and all that, transport truck drivers, heavy duty operators. You can apply under this type. And for type 4, truck dispatcher, home support workers, caregivers, and related occupations, sales representative, industrial butcher and meat cutters, poultry preparers, and related workers. And the last type is type 5, food and beverage servers, food cutters, attendants, kitchen helper, and related support occupation, construction trade helpers and laborers, other trade helpers and laborers, laborers in food and beverage processing can apply in this category. So you can see that even all the ones that I can say unskilled jobs are also listed here. I mean, anyone can actually get fitted into this group. Okay. Now, how do you participate? If you want to participate, we are applicants, so we'll look at applicant as an applicant. If you want to participate, well, the first part of it, there are three ways you might participate in RNIP pilot program. Number one, you are currently employed and live in Mosjour, so you can participate. Number two, you do not live or work in Mosjour. If you're a temporary resident within Canada or you are a foreign national living outside of Canada, you can do what? Apply. And number three is that you're a student. To qualify for the RNIP, international graduate needs to be offered a full-time permanent position within Montreal. Some international graduates are exempted from the federal eligibility criteria for work experience. So you can see the three set of people who can actually participate in this program. Okay. And about the process, let me just take you through this once again. About the processing, the first part you're not part of it, you start from here. This is for the employer. Candidates apply for the job. Employer reviews candidate and select the successful applicants. Employer extend qualification job offer to the successful applicant. The program coordinator assess candidate qualification against the federal and community specific criteria. Then B is now the second stage of it. Okay, for employers that have already identified a candidate they would like to hire, employer contact the program coordinator. Okay, that's another step. So the first step is just what is applicable. The other one, the employer does that is not your business. Okay, so if you have done completed that, the next step is successful candidate in scenario A or B, then apply for recommendation to the most selected selection committee. The program coordinator conduct interview with the candidate. The candidate are presented for recommendation decision to the selected committee to recommend or decline. If the candidate application is approved by the selection committee, the candidate submits an application for permanent residency to IRCC. That is it. And yeah, you move to Canada. Okay, let's see. Then this is what they've said about interview. Interview. Applicants who apply for from outside Canada must be available for 15 to 30 minutes video conference interview. Applicants who are currently in the community may be required to attend as an in-person interview at the discretion of the selected committee. So that is it. Okay, well, let's go to the job opportunities which has been listed already in Mojo. So these are the job opportunities, okay? Um, you see, they've got carpenter, construction laborers, front desk agent, room attendant, cleaner, accounting technician, bookkeeper, administrative assistant, business service manager, attendant, food counter attendant, food service supervisor, front desk, a lot of them. You can see so many of them here. Okay, can just go through them. Then outside of that, they said that other employment opportunity looking for work in Montreal, check out Saks job, okay, or the job bank. You can also go to job bank. You have to be registered. So here's Saks job. I've opened it already. Yeah, there's it too. It's open here also. So you can go and check out the Saks job. Now you can see 1,252 available jobs in more. This is just in restricted to Mosjour region. All these jobs, 1,252, is in one community. So if you are applying, don't you think you can be part of this 1,252? So you can come here and filter your job role. And you can select. So you can see here, registered dental assistants, kitchen manager, dental receptionist, blah blah. There's so many of them. I can't even go through one tenth of it. A lot of medical jobs here: licensed practitioner, nurse, casual, office admin assistant, pharmacist degree, registered nurse. A lot of them. A lot of nursing jobs are here also. So if you apply, then chances are you will be lucky. You'll be lucky, and one of this general maintenance, blah blah blah. So there are a lot of them, software test coordinator. So I think it is a great opportunity if you take that bold step to register. I mean, after listening to this video from beginning to the end and see the step-by-step process, I don't think there is any reason why you should not give it a trial. And if you would want me to give you additional clarification, feel free to drop in the comment section after watching the video on YouTube, and I will respond to you and I will give you the necessary support. But remember that before you apply for this job, you have to make your CV to be tailored to the Canadian format, and your also application cover letter also should be tailored in the Canadian format. Then try to make your CV concise and put in the skills which you've obtained. I'm sure that if you go through this process, these guys will employ you because they are really looking for people to come and fill these opportunities. Guys, do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Yeah, I hope this video has met your requirements. So if you're looking out to move to Canada, I think if you ask me, Mojo is a competitive process for you which you can take up. So why not take this opportunity to apply to Mojo community and see if you're going to be one of the lucky guys? Well, there are a total of 11 communities running this program, and I'm going to take you through them one after the other as the application processes comes forth. So just stay tuned with me. Ensure that you ring the bell so that each time I drop the videos, you will see these videos at real time and apply immediately. Well, like I said earlier on, please do not forget to ring the bell. Do not forget to subscribe. It is important you share this content so that it will be a way to support me. Because while I'm bringing out this content for you, I also need your support. And what support do I need from you? I need your share. I need your like. I need your comments. I want people to know about this video and for YouTube to also understand that my listeners are enjoying this video. so then they will be able to recommend this video to more people. Okay, stay tuned as we dish out more videos about immigrating to Canada through the permanent residency process. Cheers. My name is Martin from Finance Oracle. Hello Finance Oracle fans. I am super excited to come to you this time with a wonderful video which I know you are expecting. Well, today I'm going to be talking about a great opportunity on how to move to Canada. I hope you are going to make the best out of this video. Well, today I'm going to be talking about an opportunity which will not cost you money, which will not give you stress, which does not require you to get a lot of documentations. And this opportunity which I'm going to be sharing with you is how to move to Canada through a program which is going to be happening in 2024. Well, Canada has a lot of pathways. They have pathways for skilled workers, pathways for skilled workers, and they keep creating pathways. But I'm going to be sharing with you a program which you can use to move to Canada without any English test, without any proof of fund, and this is not going to be a very difficult process. Well, it's still competitive, but it's not going to be difficult. One good thing about this program is that it is fully funded, which means your flight ticket is going to be paid for, your accommodation and your meal and any other expenses that's associated to this program is going to be paid for. But then to be successful, you will need to do a well-tailored CV. To be successful, you're going to need to do a well-tailored statement of motivation. If you have a good statement of motivation and you apply on time, chances are that you're going to be chosen. But then you have to know that this is very competitive and application is ongoing. This was posted 2 days ago, and application is going to be ongoing till January 7th. But the earlier you apply, the better. So once you're done with this video, just hit your laptop and get it applied. Well, I'm going to be introducing you more on this program in details, and I will go to the website. We'll go through the website together, and you'll see what this program is all about, how you can apply, the documents you may need to apply, and all that. So I would like you to stay tuned. Well, if you are seeing me for the first time, my name is Martin from Finance Oracle. I bring you information about immigration. I also bring you information about business, how to better your life and the life of your family. So I'd like you to stay tuned. Don't forget to share, don't forget to subscribe, and ring the bell. I want you to be among the first who will always see our videos whenever we drop our content, because it's going to help you a lot if you do stay faithful, if you do stay connected with us. So guys, we're going to go through the website, and I will introduce you to this program and what you need to do and how you need to do it. So stay tuned. Yeah, this is the website which I told you, and the program which I want to introduce you today. As you can see, this is Canada Youth Congress 2024. This is a program which has been happening almost every year since it started, and sometimes most time 2 times in a year. And this is a program which will be bringing young people to Canada in 2024. And well, let me just give you details about this program. This is a website, and I'm going to be dropping this in the comment section or in the description of the video. And well, this has a registration fee of $30. And if you want to immigrate, I think $30 is small money compared to the cost of immigration and the things which you are going to benefit from this program, the benefit that comes with this program. If you look at this program, the date is on May 24th, and it's going to last till May 26th. That is 3 days program. And location will be announced, but it is in Canada and British Columbia. But there's a location will be announced. So this is about this event. Voice for Right International Association Canada have opened up application for Young Congress Canada 2024, which is another enlightening program designed for youth especially. It is an excellent journey to self-discovery where you profoundly plunge into yourself with astonishing individual around the world. So you can read on to see, about this program. Then the topics that will be covered in this program is youth leadership and Universal Declaration of Human Rights for by United Nations 1948. Okay, here are objectives of this program. Encourage open dialogue and respectful communication among participants, promoting effective cross-cultural communication and conflict resolution skills. Foster a global network of youth, of young leaders and change makers, facilitating long-term collaborations and partnership for future initiatives. So you can read on all of them, about eight of them. I don't want to take your time. This you can handle, and these are more highlights, things that you're gonna experience. Now, the biggest pick is that the best delegate is going to be having an opportunity to go to USA 2024 on a fully funded program also. Probably this is not just one. So let's take the more important things. These are the things which will be provided to you. Round trip airfare, 100% waive of the conference fee for the 75 delegates. We're going to have 75 delegates and 25 observers. That's 100 in total. Award recognition, accommodation for the whole period, certificate, meals, conference kits, sightseeing, cultural exchange program, celebration party. So it's gonna be fun, and you meet people, network. Assuming you just go to Canada and come back is enough. But then if you get there, well, you will decide. You can find a job and you will stay back and get some residency. And so it's up to you to decide. I'm not gonna tell you what to do. So the program date is from 4 to 26, like I've said earlier on, and the venue is British Columbia, and the exact place will be announced. Okay. So this is the opportunity. They have 75 fully funded seats, and they have 25 observers. So a total of 100. So you decide to apply as an observer or as a delegate. So the difference is there in the requirements. And again, we have eligibility. Countries are eligible, all countries. So from anywhere in the world, you are eligible to attend. And the last date for application is on the 7th of January. So you still have a period of time. But then don't wait, because see, if you check here, you see that few tickets are left, which means a lot of people are filling up the space. So the faster and the earlier you apply, the better for you, and the more chances you stand. Okay, then final selection will be done on 25th of January, and you'll be informed whether you are going to attend or not. Then you start the application process. There is no need for test of English, and there is no need for proof of funds, okay? Because it is fully funded. Okay, I want you to also see, if you are not selected, you're not going to be refunded, but $30 is a small amount of money. What is the eligibility to apply for Youth Congress Canada 2024? Number one, you must be within the age of 16 to 35 as the delegate, but if you have to be an observer, you must be at least 18 years old. They didn't give a limit for that, so I think it's 18 years and above. Okay, then you must have passion towards social change. Maybe you're an activist, maybe you're a feminist, other stuff, that kind of stuff. Then again, you must be engaged in social educational activities at any level, whether secondary school or university or after secondary school and waiting. Then you must be someone who is motivated. But then if you're not motivated, you will be able to apply, but then you have to express yourself how this is going to make impact in your life. So you should have a passport, or any national ID card, with a passport, of course, because you need a visa, right? And you can apply without ALTS or even proof of funds. So these are the criteria for the selection of fully funded delegates. There are questions mentioned in the application form which allows the applicant to write about motivation, idea, and achievement and inspire the selection board the impact you will bring in your community if selected. They are looking at how is this going to help your community, how is this going to help your country? What impact are you going to bring? Believing that, yes, you will be coming back to your country. Of course, whether you're finding a job there or not, you should be able to state this categorically and what impact it's going to make and how you're going to become more useful when you return to your country. This will help you to be selected. So you can see other details which you may want, but then I just want to talk about how to apply. For you to apply, you need to complete the application form carefully, and you can get the application form from this link. And you attach proof of payment of this 30 USD. Then you submit your application, and that is all. You just keep up checking your emails in case you are being notified. And these are places where this event has held earlier on before now. You can see this event has held in USA, in Baku, in Canada, in Malaysia, in Dubai, in Turkey. So it is not the first time and it's not going to be the last time. So all you need to do is to apply. If you need more information, you can call or email these guys, or you can reach out to them on Instagram. You can go to the website, you can see the email, the phone numbers, the WhatsApp number. So every details which you need is here. All you need to do is to go right now and apply. Guys, you don't need to waste time. When you see this kind of opportunity, you need to embrace it. I need to do it quickly, as quick as possible, because it's very competitive and a lot of people will be applying. So it is just for the fastest fingers and not just fastest finger for the smartest finger. So if you don't know how to write a good motivational statement, then you may employ the help of someone who is specialized in such a job. So you can also drop in comment section and I can help you out to give you a link on how to do this. Just ensure that you fill out the application properly. I'll just take you through the application form. This application form here, and you can see they need some basic informations like your names, your email, your phone number, address, nationality, date of birth, gender, blah blah blah, blah, institution and stuff like that. And at a point, you're gonna write. You see also your social media link is very important because it's a social conference. And at the point, you're gonna write a motivational statement, and you're gonna submit. You're gonna go next and attach your document and submit this application form. So for me, I think this is a wonderful opportunity. You don't have to miss this. You try to apply. It's not expensive. It's about 30 USD. I mean, you can stack it, and you pray you wanna be one of the lucky guys. If you are, good for you. Chances are that once you get to Canada, you'll find a job that will likely keep you there permanently. Guys, do not forget to ring the bell. Do not forget to share this content. Don't forget to subscribe. This is all you have to do for me in returns, and I will keep bringing you valuable information. I say congratulations to you if you are listening to this video from beginning to the end. Cheers. Hello, my wonderful Finance Oracle fans. I trust you're doing well today. Today is another beautiful day, and I've come here to give you a very great information that will help you to go a long way towards achieving your dream of migrating to country of your choice. Well, today I'm going to be talking about express entry. I will be discussing about the Federal Express entry, and I would like you to pay attention. Well, before I go on, I want to say, guys, how are you? I hope you're doing well. It is important for me to know how you're faring. Remember what I've always said, you're my greatest asset and your welfare is key to me. So guys, I'd like you to take a few seconds of your time and type in the comment section, yep, I'm doing well. Yeah, if there's something, you want to share, just feel free to share it on the comment section. But I want to be sure you're fine, and I want to be sure that you're in good, health, and you are also articulated planning for the future. Well, today we are going to plan together because I'm going to be dropping for you relevant information. In fact, today I will be telling you, I will be discussing with you what most YouTubers do not want to, go into because it is complex, it is difficult, it needs a lot of research. Well, the Federal Express entry is a bit wide, so I'm going to be taking it stage by stage so that you will be able to, appreciate it and understand the process so that you can also apply for yourself. Well, today we are going to be talking about the Federal Express entry. Remember, we have the PMP, which is the Provisional Need Program. I will also talk about the PMP separate. And the Federal Express entry also have three categories. We have the Federal Skilled Workers Program, we have the Federal Skills Trade Program, and we have the Canadian Experience Class. So they are not all the same thing. Their processes are similar, but a bit different. So I will also break it down. In the next section, I will be talking about the Federal Skilled Worker Program. Next, I will talk about the Federal Skilled Trade Program, then the Canadian Experience Class. So I'm going to break it in that section. But today we are going to look at it in totality, the Federal Express Entry Program. Well, the first thing you need to do if you want to apply for this program is to check if you are eligible. So you have to determine if you're eligible for any of the program under the Express Entry system before you apply. So there are three programs like I've said earlier, so each of the eligibility criteria are all different. So you have to check if you are qualified for the Federal Skilled Worker Program, or you are qualified for the Federal Skilled Trade, or you are qualified for the Canadian Experience Class. Well, if you check eligibility, the next thing you want to do is to do an education assessment, what we call ECA, Education Credential Assessment. Well, candidate must get an education credential assessment document to show that the education is equivalent to the Canadian, is equivalent to that in Canada. What happens is, if you study nursing, you have to do an ECA, so they will now interpret it to the Canadian grades. But for you to be able to do an ECA, your school must be listed in the World University list. Okay, your school must be approved and have accreditation, so as at when you studied. Otherwise, your ECA will not go through. So there are actually organizations authorized to do ECA. One of the most famous one is World Education Services, which is WES. But then we have Comparative Education Service, which is being done by University of Toronto School of Continuing Studies. We also have International Credential Assessment Service of Canada. And lastly, we have International Qualification Assessment Services. So all of these guys, about 4 of them, they are all qualified to do your ECA for you. Myself, when I did a couple of years ago, I used WESH, World Education Services. It's the most famous and one of the fastest anyway, but all of them are reliable anyway. Step number 3 is that you need to have a language proficiency test. For the language proficiency test, it could be IELTS or its equivalent. But by the way, you know that in Canada, they speak French and they speak English. So they will either take French test or English test or both. If you have both, then you have more score. If you have either of them, then you're good to go. But then, most depending, if it is through the Federal Express entry, minimum should be 7.0 in each of the module. Okay? But then if you're going for provisional need, you can even go with 5.5 or 6.0. But then, of course, the higher your score, the better it is. So, if you take this test, it is still valid even after 2 years. It is valid for 2 years after the test date. So, if you have an IELTS which is less than 2 years old, you can still apply with it. So, either you write IELTS or CELPIP. Those are for English. Then for French, it is TEF, T-E-P, okay? That's for English. Those are the 3 tests which you can use to apply for the Federal Express entry. Number 4, so once you have completed your language test and your ECA, the next thing you must do is to create an express entry profile for one of the 3 federal economic immigration programs which I've stated earlier on. Number 5 is to receive an ITA. Everyone who has applied will be placed in the express entry pool where they are going to be ranked by Immigration, Refugee and Citizen Canada, that's IRCC, and on the basis of your score, which is CRS score, then they will pick the people whom they will be giving an invitation to apply. ITA means invitation to apply. And the next step is medical examination and police verification. Well, for all those who have been invited, you will be required to submit a medical certificate which has to be in a hospital that is approved by IRCC. And next also, you also need to submit your police verification which shows that you are not a wanted person. And after that, IRCC will give you an acknowledgement of receipt, which they call AOR, acknowledgement of receipt. And number 7 process is the processing stage, and the processing stage just involve IRCC processing your application. And if the visa officer finds you that, if they find out that they need some additional documentation or information about you, then they will inform you. And this takes about total of about 6 to 8 months for your express entry application to be fully processed. And number 8 is confirmation of permanent residency, which is COPR. Well, IRCC makes the final decision on your express entry application, and you will receive a confirmation of permanent residency. Congratulations at this point. And number 9, guess what? Fly to Canada. That is, what is it? Well, this process is not so easy. It's going to take about 6 to 8 months of being under tension, of providing documents, of prayer and all that. But for you to get successful, to become successful and get through to the pool, there are a number of things you have to do, which I will still take in a later section in depth. But just to say a little about it, you are going to have a better score. For example, if you are younger, the younger you are, the better your score. The older you are, the more you reduce your score, or your score gets reduced. If you have more education, like a master's degree, a master's degree, you have a better score. If you have a PhD degree, you have a better score than a first degree. If your spouse have a degree, you get score for all these things. Okay, and if you study a professional course like medicine, mostly medicine, not engineering, but mostly medicine and law, they give you an additional score. Okay, so a number of things. If you have a job already in Canada, then you get a better score. If you studied in Canada, either 1 year study in Canada and above, you get a better score. So there are a number of things you can do to improve your scores. You can decide to write both English tests and French. If you can speak French and English, then you get additional score. So there are a number of things you have to do to improve your score to be selected. But if you're lucky with the basic information, you may be selected. But it's quite difficult now. You may have to get a job offer, or you have to optimize your score using one of these channels which I've stated. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, do not forget to give it a thumbs up, okay, and share it to your links. I'm going to be taking the different express entry channels. I'm going to be taking them in details, and not just taking them in details. I will also come to provincial nominee program, where you can get 600 points to up your grade to get picked from express entry, meaning that a province will sponsor you. So guys, stay tuned with me. I'm going to be doing a lot of job to ensure that you know everything about Canadian and Australian express entry pool, and I wish you the best of luck. Cheers. Hi everyone, how are you doing? I trust you're doing well today. Well, today I would like to talk to you about the express entry process to Canada. But before I continue, I would like to make this disclaimer. I'm not an immigration agent. I'm not also persuading you or convincing you to travel abroad if you don't want to travel abroad. But for those who want to travel abroad, and specifically Canada, I am making this video as a sort of information and power to you, and also to encourage you to get things rolling. So, but if you don't want to travel abroad, I'm in no way inspiring you to do so. Okay, that's just to make a disclaimer. But then I would like to talk to you about express entry to Canada. And this is because I've seen a lot of people who wish to move to Canada, even through this route to get a permanent residence, but somehow they are afraid. Some are afraid of writing IELTS. They feel that it is something so difficult to achieve, so they never started this process. Some are afraid of rejection. They feel like the cutoff points these days are very high, and some are thinking it's expensive, or we're gonna spend money in different stages and probably I may not get through to it. So all these things comes into people's mind and they never get started. Some keep procrastinating. Okay, I'm gonna do IELTS next month, I'll do it next 2 months, and they keep procrastinating. Some write IELTS and never come back to try it one more time so that they can get the desired score. Well, if you're conversant with the express entry process, you'll realize that there are certain things that make up your score. Okay, your degree or your skills make up your score. Your age, very critical, makes up your score. Okay, your English test helps you to make up your score. What points you get in IELTS or any alternative exam that you write. Your French, if you're bilingual, you can speak English and French and write a French test, you can also get higher score. If your spouse writes these courses, exams like English test, what is her degree, is she a bachelor's degree holder or a master's degree holder, just like you too, she gives you additional score. If you're being sponsored by someone in Canada who is related to you, mostly answering the same surname with you, if he or she supports your application, you get additional score. Well, I'm going to take these things step by step, but I'm just summarizing why you may get a higher score. But if you've been following up with the express entry pool since 2019, when COVID-19 set in, there was a dramatic change in how express entry pool works. When I say dramatic change in terms of cutoff points, before COVID-19, they cut about 400, in fact 362, 332, 335, 362 all appeared before COVID-19, though mostly it was 400, 420, 420 something, 460 and all that. But today, if you have been following up, you can bear me witness that most scores are above 500. So it becomes increasingly difficult for someone ordinarily who does not live in Canada to get into the express entry pool, yet people are getting into the pool. The question is, what is it that they are doing that makes them get into the pool? Well, like I said, if you take a history, on 13th of February, there was a cutoff of 535 and about 1,419 ITA was given out. And in December, it was December 2023, it was 561. There are different, so that is how high the score is. In fact, at the point, they cut far more higher than this. So, and if you look at it, it doesn't seem like this score is going to go down anytime soon. It is not going down. It is almost constant for a period of time. But there are factors why this can happen, Yeah, there are a lot of young people who are traveling overseas now. If you're below 29, you've not started losing 5 marks, so you're going to get the highest cutoff point for age. And some of these guys have bachelor's degree and also a master's degree. So they're going to get an additional point for having a bachelor's and also for having a master's degree. Some of them have even studied in Canada, so they will get score for studying in Canada, and some of them have lived for over 1 year in Canada. So you see, there are reasons why Canada has been cutting so high. A lot of people want to migrate, and among them, many are overqualified. Let me use that word. So it becomes increasingly difficult for you with a bachelor's degree, who is also above 30, or even nearing 40 or above 40, to get into the pool through and get through it successfully. So that is just to give you a brief. But then, the reason why I'm making this video is mainly to tell you, don't wait anymore to get into the pool. Because when what will happen will take place in the pool, you will not be pre-informed. Sometime, I think in 2021, I'm not too sure, the Canadian Express class, the CEC, cut 75. And, a score you've never thought of. They were cutting as much as 300, 3-something, 400. And they just came down and cut 75. And do you know how many people they took? 7,000 people were taken. Why did they do that? Because they had the need for people, and they thought, okay, we could get through the Canadian Express class. And they took 7,000 people. And since then, people have been trying to get into the pool, but it has never happened again. There are also a time, I think it was even a time when they took for bilingual, people who can speak English and French, they cut 7,000. And since then, people have been learning French, writing French exam to see if this kind of miracle can happen again, but it hasn't happened. So you can see, now there are a lot of routes. Sometimes they take people for healthcare, they cut low to get people for healthcare. Sometimes they cut people who speak French. Specific draw. There have been a lot of specific draw. Sometimes they make specific draw for teachers, and they pick all teachers in the pool. Last time it was the health workers. They took almost every health worker in the pool. And now health workers are flowing in, yet no such thing has happened again. So you should not wait until this happens before you get into the pool. You get into the pool. Get into the pool now and wait for whatever that will happen. But one important thing I would like to tell you again is that you can improve your score. You can improve your score. Well, there are different routes. One is we have the CAC, the Canadian Express class, not Express class. We have the Provincial Nominee Program. We have the Federal Skilled Worker. We have the Federal Trade Workers. So now, if you look at the pool, there are things you can do to improve your score. And that is why I encourage you, if you want to move to Canada through this route, you should get into the pool. If you get into the pool, you can improve your score in different ways. Number one, maybe you have test of English, band 7, and you can do it again and get band 9 or band 8 or whatever, 8.5. Then if you get a higher band, you can upgrade your score. You can also go again and do a French test if you can learn French or if you can speak French already. And if you can get French as, up to band 7, then you can also get additional score. Probably you're running a master's degree program, and while you're still in the pool, you complete your master's degree program. You can do another ECA and get your master's degree program in. You get a higher score. So there are various ways you can get a higher score. You can upgrade your score. But the easiest of it all and the best that will give you a sure way to get to Canada is the Provincial Nominee Program. The Provincial Nominee Programs can also help you to get into the pool. By the way, I didn't talk about getting a job. If you find a job, then you can upgrade your score. You can get, in fact, an express entry to Canada. So now, coming back to the Provincial Nominee Program. For the Provincial Nominee Program, some provinces, sometimes they need workers, and they will cut very low. and they'll pick you up. So what you can do is to get into the pool and get applied to the provinces which you can apply to. So if any of them choose you, then this will automatically give you an express entry to Canada. Again, in the provinces too, you may find out what will help you. For example, some provinces want you to have a connection to them. Maybe you have a cousin who shares the same surname. You can ask them to support your application. And the moment he supports the application, it becomes much easier for you to get through to the pool. So you can say there are reasons why you should not wait. Because when things will happen, you will not be aware. Look at Nova Scotia. You can check out my video I posted yesterday about Nova Scotia. Now they have program for express entry where you do not need to have a job before coming. So you can simply, you can simply get to Nova Scotia seamlessly. You can check out that video to see details about how you can go get into Nova Scotia without so much stress. You may have to find a job, but many requirements are no longer needed for you to get to Nova Scotia in this very program which I talked about yesterday. So you can see there are opportunities that may come out which you will not be pre-informed. Well, if I should just run through quickly what getting into the pool looks like. Number one, you need to have an English test, and you also need to have to get your certificate evaluated. If you want to get through the Federal Skill Work Program or Workers Program, you need to get your education evaluated. The most popular one is WESH. There are other education assessments organizations. So once you study in an approved school, you get your education evaluated, you write your English test, then you can complete the form and get into the pool. And once this is done, the next thing is you can go to apply for various PMP like Manitoba, Saskatchewan, Prince Edward Island, Nova Scotia, any of the Quebec, any of them. Of course, Quebec has a different route. Different application system. Okay, they are mostly independent, so they are somewhat independent. So their route is different. So, guys, this is what you need to do. So, I'm not here to to push you to get into the pool to come to Canada when you do not want. But for those who want, I am here to motivate you and to give you information that will help you to come to Canada. So guys, I encourage you today to hit up the application process and get this thing rolling for yourself, and you will be surprised that in the next few months you will come to Canada. Guys, this is all I have for you today. I want to close this video here. I want to end this video here. I wish you the best of luck. Have a great day. Do not forget to give me a fat like. Good news, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'm going to be introducing you how you can move to Canada free of cost. And this is through the study route. So if you are planning to move to Canada and you have the intention of moving to Canada, then you should be able to watch this video from beginning to the end, because it's going to be exposing you to something new that you never knew before now. Well, you can actually move and study in Canada free of cost. If you cannot pay your bills. I will be telling you about investing in Canada that can help you to pay your bills. And after studying in Canada, you would be having an automatic PR. Yeah, not just immediately, but it's going to take a very short period of time, because this school, once you graduate from it, will be giving you a postgraduate work permit, and this will allow you to work in Canada. So this means you've studied in Canada for more than 1 year. You also have you've also worked in Canada, plus many other things you already have. So definitely, automatically, you would qualify for the PR, and after having your PR for 3 years, you will qualify to become a citizen. Well, this is all the package that will come after all. But then let's look at it this way. This university, which I'm going to be introducing to you, will be giving an entrance scholarship. Maybe you do not know what this means. It simply means that you're going to be paid for your bills, your tuition are going to be paid by the school. So this is great. Well, there is something very important I would like you to know if you're applying for any Canadian university to study, whether postgraduate or especially for postgraduate studies anyway. If you want to apply to any Canadian school, check out if this school is a DLI. You know, if this school is a DLI, then you should apply. Otherwise, do not apply to any school in Canada. There's a DLI. So the first thing you have to check is this school I'm applying to a DLI or not? What I mean is designated learning institutions. These are universities mapped out by the government of Canada that would be able to provide for you a postgraduate work permit. So once you have the postgraduate work permit, then you're gonna be qualified for a PR, like I said, and subsequently a citizenship. So you can say this is such a wonderful opportunity you should not miss, especially for a school which will be paying for your bills without you spending the money. Well, so the school I'm talking about, which I want to introduce you to, is a school called Acadia University. It's a very popular university and one of the oldest universities in Canada. So I will take you through the website and I will tell you how to apply, when you should apply, and how you can go about getting an entrance scholarship from this school, and the organizations which are sponsoring the Acadia University. So I'd like you to stay tuned and I'd like you to watch this video to the end, and you have to make a note so that you will be able to find the important things which will help you to apply successfully. I'm also going to be dropping the school website in the description and in the comment section. I would like you to go through it and just do the needful, and I'm sure you're going to be one of the successful candidates if you do it thoroughly. Well, one thing you must know again is for your application to go through, you need to put in your documentations very carefully. So you have to take note of this and ensure your documentations are properly done. Well, before I go on to the website, do not forget to ring the bell. If you are subscribed already, ring the bell so that you get a video once we post them. And do not forget to like and comment on the comment section so that YouTube will know that we are doing a great job and continue to motivate me to do more job. Well, stay tuned as I go through the website. Cheers. So this is the university I'm talking about, Acadia University. So you can see, if you just look at it at a glance, founded in 1838, Acadia University is one of the oldest and most respected liberal education universities in Canada, located just 1 hour from Halifax, Nova Scotia, and the international airport. Acadia is an integral part of the quintessential college town of Woodville, overlooking the Annapolis Valley and the Bay of Fundy. When you step onto campus, you will find yourself in a place like nowhere else. Wow, that sounds so good. So, you can go through the website to familiarize with it to see all what you have in the website. Well, then I'll be looking at this. Let's say you want to enroll to Acadia University, you can just come here and click on the graduates and you go down to international students. You click on the link and get the website open. Yeah, it's open already. So now look at the things you need to do. So you click here. Let's say you're a high school student And I am from which country? Let's say I'm from Nigeria. Yep. So you can just hit Nigeria. And I want to apply. Let's say I want to study engineering and apply science. And here you go. Yep, it's already up. So if you're from Nigeria, you can see when to apply. You can apply to Acadia anytime after October 1st. However, you need to apply by March 1st if you want to be considered for an entrance scholarship. If you are selected to receive an entrance scholarship, we will notify you around mid of April. So until March 1st, you should apply. Before then, after then you will not be qualified for the entrance scholarship. And by mid first, if you are qualified and if it's granted to you, then you will be notified. What you need? Well, to apply, you need to pay 40 Canadian dollars application processing fee, which is much cheaper, than every other universities I've talked about, I've heard about, I've read about. 40 Canadian dollar is quite a very low application fee. So that means they want people to come to Acadia University to study. And you can pay by credit card, um, and that makes it also easy. Then application online takes about 15 minutes. You can come back to the application form anytime. Just make sure you save the section you have completed before exiting. Your application must include official copies of all your high school transcripts and other records of academic work, such as courses you took at a different time, a different college or university. Mailing address for submission of transcript is this. If you want to mail your address, you have to mail it to this address. But then other things can be submitted online, like your resume, passport, and cover letters can be submitted, can be attached in the website or submitted through this email. Okay, and documents submitted in support of an application for admission are retained by the university and are not returned to the applicant. So ensure that you do not submit your original. Okay, so of course transcript has to be from the school, but I mean you don't submit your original results. All received documents are electronically stored, so that is good. And for transcript, your transcript should be satisfied by the school and prepared in a sealed envelope to the school. So you do not send an unofficial transcript, they will only accept official transcript. But admission guideline for students from Nigeria. WAEC senior school result with 5 grades of C5 or better, including English language. So, if you're applying for this, you will be needing 5 letters, 5 subjects with C5 as a minimum, including an English language. And for example, depending on course you want to study, these are the prerequisites for engineering and applied science. Yeah, any other course too, you have to go through it to see if you've got these papers, which are prerequisites for studying the course. So, I mean, if you want to change, you can also change to, let's say, economics. Okay, you can also change to economics, and you can see the prerequisite for Bachelors of Art and Science, Maths and Mathematics is prerequisite for economics. Okay, then if you want to study for a master's degree, you can also click on the graduate admission link, and then you can also come down here. Let's choose, okay, let's choose Ghana. Yeah. And let's say you want to study mathematics and statistics. So you can see how you can apply. You can apply online by completing our application form. The application is a 10-step form that does not have to be completed in one sitting, simply making sure that you save any completed section before exiting. And the application fee for this is 50 Canadian dollar, which is also very much less. I mean, compared to most universities which charge very high. So for you to applying for okay, there's you can also see the start date for mathematics is 4th September. Okay. They also have summer, May to August, and they have winter, January. For some courses, it's only one section, but is they have three sections. So you must check for any course which you're applying to see if you can get which section you want to start studying and if they really have admission for that section. So it is very important. So this is how to apply. Then, if you're seeking to get more information about the scholarship, you may also have to hit this entrance scholarship. It contains more information on how to apply for the scholarship. Okay, Acadia recognizes and rewards achievement and potentials, and we make it easy to apply. When you apply to an Acadia undergraduate program as a Canadian or international student, you will automatically be considered for an entrance scholarship. Automatically. I mean, you don't need to do a different application for it. Initial entrance scholarship offer can range from 4,500 to $10,000 over 4 years. Acadia also have other scholarship and scholar bursaries that ranges in value of 60,000 for over 4 years. To be considered, complete and submit the scholarship form in your portal by March 1st. So if you want to be considered for this, you then have to apply specially, but automatically everyone is considered for scholarship, which is not the bulk scholarship. But if you need the bulk scholarship, then you have to apply separately. Okay. If you want to apply for scholarship, you should complete the application form for admission and provide all the required admission documentation. If you are accepted to Acadia, we'll send you an offer letter. If you are eligible for scholarship, your initial scholarship offer will be included in the letter. Complete the scholarship application by March 1st. We will use your application to determine which scholarship you can receive. Please note that local and specialized scholarship require separate application form. So it depends on what you want entrance scholar bursary or you want local and specialized scholarship or renewable high value scholarship. So it all depends on what you want. You may have to click this to get more information. I would like you to do some of these things yourself so that you get it rolling. So here you can see the status portal where you can find out if you have been given a scholarship or not. Sorry, here you have the status portal where you can complete the scholarship application online. So you can see the details on what you need to get your scholarship. You are a high school, secondary level student or transfer student. You have an average of at least 80% in the courses required for admission. We calculate your scholarship average by combining the result of your final grade 11 and first semester grade 12 course that are required for admission. Your international curriculum grade will be scaled to Canadian standard. You are a transfer student with a minimum cumulative GPA of 3.5 or 80%. You must be in your first undergraduate degree program and have completed no more than 2 years or 60 credit hour. You complete the scholarship so you can hit this portal to complete the application form. Okay, so that is it. So, gentlemen, if you have listened to this from beginning till now, then you've gotten good information for you to get rolling in Acadia University. And I would like you to take this opportunity. Do not let it waste. It is just the wonderful opportunity you may be waiting for. So, guys, congratulations if you are with me till now. And I wish you the best of luck. I pray that the good Lord will favor you and you find just what you want. Cheers. Hi guys, I trust you're fine today. Well, today I didn't plan to make a video, because I'm a bit tired and I wanted to take a rest. But today I came up and I woke up to this news or to this announcement about Canada. So because of this, I thought it's very important to make this announcement or make this video for you to get the current situation in Canada. So, Canada have made a very important announcement this morning, and this is very important for anyone who is planning to come to Canada, or your spouse is planning to come to Canada, your siblings, your friend or relative. Then you have to pay attention to this video because this has changed everything. So guys, well, without wasting much of your time, I will go straight to this video. So watch this video, and after I will tell you what it means.
It's unacceptable that some private institutions have taken advantage of international students by operating under-resourced campuses, lacking supports for students, and charging high tuition fees, all the while significantly increasing their intake of international students. Today, I am announcing 3 principal measures. 1, a temporary 2-year cap on new international student permits. It is the latest in a series of measures to improve program integrity and set international students up for the success in order to maintain a sustainable level of temporary residence in Canada as well. To ensure that there is no further growth in the number of international students in Canada for 2024, we are setting a national application intake cap for a period of 2 years. For 2024, the cap is expected to result in approximately 364,000 approved study permits, a decrease of 35% from 2023. In the spirit of fairness, we are also allocating the cap space by province based on population, such as that some provinces will see much more significant reductions. We'll continue to work closely with those provinces and territories to put these measures into place, as they will be responsible for determining how the cap is distributed between its designated learning institutions that they have jurisdiction over. I've had productive conversations, in particular with British Columbia and Ontario already, and we all recognize that more needs to be done to protect the integrity of our system while supporting international students. In addition, effective immediately, applicants must provide a provincial attestation with their study permit application. At the same time, the cap will not apply to students at graduate levels of studies, including master's and doctoral students. Those are the people we're looking for. Study permit applications at the elementary and secondary school levels will also be exempt. To repeat, as of September 1st of this year, postgraduate work permits will no longer be available to public-private institution models. Thirdly, in the coming weeks, we'll be announcing that open work permits will only be allowed and be available to spouses of international students enrolled in master's and doctoral programs, as well as professional programs such as medicine and law. Spouses of international students enrolled in other levels of study, including undergraduate and college programs, will no longer be eligible. To be clear, the cap will not apply to applicants within Canada looking to extend their studies, as it wouldn't be fair to prevent someone from finishing the program, nor will the cap have an effect on study permit holders currently in Canada. These temporary measures will be in place for 2 years, and the number of new study permit applications that will be accepted in 2025 will be reassessed at the end of this year.
The first thing I have to say from this video is that there will be a 2 years cap on every international student henceforth. This 2 years cap is going to be renewed at the end of every 2 years, which means by 2025 or at the end of 2025, this will be reviewed. So you need to know this if you're coming to Canada to study as an international student. Again, you need to get a provincial attestation, and this has to be submitted alongside your work permit application. This has to be gotten from the province which you are going to study. For example, if you're going to Manitoba or you're going to Alberta to study, you have to get an attestation from the province of Alberta, from the province of Manitoba, from the province of Toronto, wherever you're coming to study, Ontario, you're going to get your provincial attestation from them. So this is also important you know. Well, I don't know in future what it's going to look like. Probably the school may help you to get it, or you have to apply, fill a form online, but then this will be sorted out. But then this is very important you know. Thirdly is that open work permit will no longer be applicable to the spouse of a student who is studying below PhD, or who is studying a master's that is not a professional course. So which means for your spouse to get an open work permit, you must be a PhD student, or you must be studying masters in a professional course like engineering, medicine, accounting, finance, law, those professional courses. If you are just studying some kind of course, I don't want to mention, that is not professional course, you all know, then it means that you may not be able to get this open work permit. I mean your spouse. So that means a lot, and this has changed a lot of things. Well guys, this sounds like a bad news, but in return they have their reasons. They are checking a number of things. One of the things they've said is that they want to ensure that students are not being exploited, because students are being exploited. According to the minister, he feels that students are paying a lot of money. Okay, and again they want to ensure that educations are has quality, and students are well taught and well taken care of. They don't want students to be haphazardly taught, or students being so many in the classes and many other facilities lacking for students to get quality education. So they want to ensure this. Also, they're also looking at the housing crisis, which is currently now in Canada, where a lot of people are chasing one apartment. They want to ensure they also checkmate the housing crisis. So all these things are very important. Well, they said that more announcements are going to be made in the coming weeks, so we're going to keep our fingers crossed and listen, and hopefully we will see what announcement they have in the coming week. I hope it's going to be a better announcement for you and me, or for anyone who is in Canada or who is coming to Canada. Well, this is it about the announcement which was made. But I would like you to consider it carefully if you're applying to come to Canada, or you may decide to consider other countries like Sweden, Finland, Denmark, and many other places where you can actually study as an alternative. So wherever it is, you have to keep it in mind while applying to Canada. Well guys, if you're just joining me for the first time, please do not forget to subscribe and ring the bell video. So do not forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and you can share it to your contact and ring the bell so that next video you'll be part of the first people who will see it. Cheers. Hello everyone, I trust you're doing well today. Well, welcome again to this beautiful channel, and I wish to know how you're doing. Yes, I have to do this because you're my greatest asset and you're my greatest fan. So each day I come here, I want to know how your day went and how you're faring, and I trust and I believe you're doing well. Well, today I've got another immigration update for you, and today's immigration update is for both those who are planning to immigrate to study and those who are planning to immigrate to work. Well, I just want to let you know that countries are changing their immigration policies, and these policies affect you in one way or the other, either positively or negatively. Firstly is that a few years ago, there are many countries that you could go to study for free. For example, Finland, Norway, Sweden, Germany, Switzerland, Denmark. You can name them. But today I can tell you that there are just few countries you can study for free. Iceland and Germany being at the top, and a number of other countries. But I mean, it has reduced drastically compared to what it used to be a few days ago. Because of the economic situation of the world, countries are changing their policies in a way that will help them to build resources and build finances and build capacity for their country. Well, this is just for you to know. So it may interest you to know that however this changes, it has a way of affecting you. Well, I want to talk about the greatest changes which are happening, which is among the two greatest or the two choice destination for students, which is Canada and UK. These countries have got a huge number of people going to them to study or to work. Now there are changes. How do these changes affect you, and what do you need to know about these changes to prepare for your visa success or for your study success? These are the questions we need to ask each other, and we have to prepare towards it. Well, let me share a few of them. Well, number one, starting with Canada. Canada has got a lot of changes. Okay, let me start with Canada. At the moment, Canada is suffering from serious accommodation crisis. And because of this, the cost of accommodation has skyrocketed in Canada, thereby making the cost of living high. This has also made the Canadian government to increase the cost or the money you should show before you can apply for study permit. Back in 2000 and until recent years, you need to show only 10,000 Canadian dollars for you to apply for your study permit. But today, this has been raised to 20,635 Canadian dollars, which is way above 100% increment. And this is cost of 70% of your living costs. So it means that for you to live in Canada for a year, you're going to be spending about above $20,635 because this is just about 70% of your living costs. In addition to this, you have to also show your first year tuition or whatever the balance is if you have already paid part of it, and your travel costs. So that means that you need to keep about 30,000 Canadian dollars before you will be able to apply for study permit. Number two, changes and update in Canada is, there is a waiver of standard waiver of 20 hours per week, which recently has increased because of lack of manpower after COVID and others, increased to 40 hours per week during study time. But then this will be reversed. It has been extended to last until April 30, 2024, which means after April 30, 2024, if you are studying, you can only work for 20 hours in a week, and during your holiday, you can work for 40 hours a week. So it means that the opportunity you have to make money as a student will reduce because you will not be able to work for more than 20 hours in a week. The third one is, in Canada, there is a measure, that allows students to count how long they study online as part of their study time. But this is gonna start. This was actually introduced because of the pandemic, but now this is gonna be for people who are enrolled before 1st of September 2024. After 1st of September 2024, you will not be able to count your time which you study online as part of your study time to enable you gain more points for postgraduate work permit. Okay? But for those who are studying or who have started studying before September 1st, 2024, you will be able to count your time which you study online as part of your study period, in as much as it is below 50% of your study time. But once it's more than 50%, then it becomes a problem for you and you will not be able to count it. Well, this is going to help you to gain the opportunity to apply for postgraduate work permit. So if this is difficult for you, you should consider PR. Yes, PR, you may tell me you don't have enough sufficient experience and all other things to gain the points. But you may consider having tests of English, and also you may consider to study French and have tests of French. Then this will help you to boost your points. Now I want to talk about changes in the UK. Well, from December 1st week, December 2023, there was a revision of 2022 immigration or migration figure, and it recorded so much increase, which means in 2022 a lot of people migrated to. You will be able to count your time which you study online as part of your study period, in as much as it is below 50% of your study time. But once it's more than 50%, then it becomes a problem for you and you will not be able to count it. Well, this is going to help you to gain the opportunity to apply for postgraduate work permit. So if this is difficult for you, you should consider PR. Yes, PR, you may tell me you don't have enough sufficient experience and all other things to gain the points, but you may consider having tests of English, and also you may consider to study French and have tests of French. Then this will help you to boost your points. Now I want to talk about changes in the UK. Well, from December 1st week, December 2023, there was a revision of 2022 immigration or migration figure, and it recorded so much increase, which means in 2022 a lot of people migrated to the UK as skilled overseas workers. So after this review, the UK have decided to increase the annual earning threshold of skilled overseas workers to ensure that for you to be able to work in the UK as skilled overseas worker, they've increased it from 26,200 salary per annum to 38,700 pounds per annum, which means if you don't get a job which pays you up to 38,700 pounds, you will not be able to get sponsorship or to be applied for a visa under the skilled overseas workers. So this makes it a bit competitive, and then you need to take note of this even when you are applying. At the moment, there is still a debate on this, but this is what it looks like. Well, next one is in the UK is that the IHS, which is the Immigration Health Surcharge, will increase on January 16, 2024 from £624 to £1,035 per year of the visa. That is about 470 to 776 pounds for students and those applying for youth mobility scheme. So that means that this is the amount you will need to pay before applying for a visa, and put out for you what they've written in their website. They said the first of 5 points will be to the end of abuse of health and care visa. We will stop overseas care workers from bringing family dependents, and we will require care firms in England to be regulated by the Care Quality Commission in order for them to sponsor visa. Approximately 120,000 dependents accompanied 100,000 care workers and senior care workers in the year ending September 2023. Only 25% of dependents are estimated to be in work, meaning a significant number are drawing on public services rather than helping to grow the economy. We recognize that foreign workers do great work in our NHS and health sector, but it is also important that migrants make a big enough financial contribution. Therefore, we will increase the annual immigration surcharge this year by 66% from 624 to 1,035 pounds to raise an average around 1.3 billion pounds for the health sector of this country every year. So you can see these are the changes. And lastly, for the UK is students. Of course, this is very popular. Just as I said student, I know you know what I mean, what I want to say. Students can no longer move with their dependents, to the UK. There is only one condition which student can move their dependent to the UK, and this condition is that they are studying on a research program. So if you want to bring your dependent to the UK, then you should be considering a PhD or a master's, which is a research program. If you are doing a third master's, then you will not be able to bring your dependent from 2024 to the UK on study visa. So you can see the changes. So this is going to help you to make decisions whether to move to the UK, to move to the Canada, whether there are things you need to prepare ahead of your migration plan. It is not just at the point where you finish, you've gotten admission, you've paid your fees, you realize that there are still certain things that will not enable you to cross the bridge. And this is the reason why I'm bringing this update to you. And I would like you to keep this update in your mind as to make your decisions for immigration, as to make your applications for immigration, as to gather your resources for immigration. You know what you need to do what you have to do. Guys, if you have listened from beginning to the end, I want you to give me a very big thumb up for this video. I want to say cheers Finance Oracle. We are right here as a big family. We are doing the same job great together, and we are right here to support one another. So I want your big thumb up to encourage me to go dig out those rightful information for you that will help you kick out of your uncomfort zone to wherever you want to migrate to that will make you comfortable. Guys, I wish you the best of luck as you prepare for this year 2024, and I pray that the good Lord will grant you success. Cheers. This is from Finance Oracle. Hello everyone, welcome again to my beautiful channel where we talk about things that will help you to succeed in life and achieve your dreams. Well, today I'm going to be making a video which is based on immigration, and I'm going to be talking specifically on having a successful visa interview. Well, this video is being inspired because about two of my fans here on Finance Oracle have contacted me and they said, Martin, we've got an interview, we've secured an interview, and we need your support on how to come strong successfully with our visa interview. And this is the reason why I've decided to make this video, to expose to you information that will help you to certainly be successful in your visa interview. So guys, if you are dreaming to travel abroad and if you are applying for any visa, or you're still in the job application process, or you've got someone who is applying, then this video is for you. It doesn't matter whether you're traveling right now or in the future. It is important that you see this video because in future you may not have the opportunity to see this video. Well guys, I'm gonna tell you reasons why you can have a successful visa application. Number one reason why you might be denied is fear or panic. You know, the consular wants to say that you've got confidence in what you're saying, and that makes you appear to be genuine. But by the time you have fear or panic, that sends a red signal flag to the consular, and he becomes afraid, and he is not able to determine how genuine you are. So guys, if you don't want to have confidence, then you need to prepare for your interview. Ahead of interview, you have to go through some practicing questions online, and you should also see how they are being answered and become used to it. So if you do this, your confidence level will increase, and then you will not have fear or panic. Number two reason why people are being denied is because they sometimes avoid certain counselor. You know, sometimes you're in the interview hall and you notice the counselor is turning people down, you become afraid and nervous, and you don't want to meet him. You think he's gonna make you or deny your visa. The moment you meet him, because of those fear or all those which have accumulated in your mind, you will make mistakes which will lead to denial. So for any reason your friend come out and say this counselor, avoid him, or you are there, you witness it yourself, do not panic. You might be the only one whom he will be granting visa approval, probably because you are confident in what you're saying, and you've got your documents and you've got your reasons, everything genuine. Number three reason why people are being denied is because they talk too much. You know, many people are rejected because they speak too much. The counselor asks a simple question, what is your name? I mean, the simple answer should be, my name is Martin. But you go on to tell him a lot of things. You say, my name is Martin, I'm from Nigeria, I studied in this place, I have a master's degree. This is so unnecessary and he never asked such a question. So you should remain focused and remain specific in answering your questions. This sets a red signal flag because it means that there's something you want to prove, and especially what you are not. And you know, the moment you talk too much, there are follow-up questions and you may not be prepared, or you may not have the true answer to answer these questions. So remain genuine and do not speak too much. Number 4 reason why people are being denied visa is because they show documents even when they are not requested. You know, if any document has not been requested, do not show the document. Probably the consular asks you and say, who is paying for your tuition? I said, my uncle is paying for my tuition. He owns business, he's one who owns Globacom, and you say a lot of things. These are all unnecessary. He has just simply asked you who is paying for your tuition, and what you should answer is my uncle. But the moment you said all these things, and sometimes you go ahead to bring the documents, you can have the document, you can have a look. He never asks you about the document. Be aware that the consular asks you for a document only when he has doubt or he wants more evidence to prove your point. He will request from you. Without requesting, do not provide documents. And number 5, and the last thing I want to talk about is, one of the reasons is because of lack of clear communication. You know, sometimes you are not able to speak clearly, or you speak so fast, or you are not able to communicate in a clear and simple language. So the consular do not understand you, and he records, he do not take the records as appropriate as it should be. So instead of you to speak so fast, speak gently and make sure you're audible and make sure you communicate effectively. Again, sometimes the consular asks a question and you do not understand the question because of fear of being denied or fear of rejection. You do not go ahead to ask him, please can you repeat your question? And you end up giving him wrong answer. This wrong answer will lead you to denial. So make sure that if you need clarity, you say politely to him, please can you repeat your question? And he will gladly do it because this is what he's paid for, and he's paid to take care of guys, and he's gonna do it. So this is what I have for you today. If this video have added value to you, do not forget to give it a fat thumb up. Do subscribe and share to your friend. Guys, this is what I have for you today. Keep up with me. I'm gonna be giving you something great tomorrow. Cheers.